invite folks to know that family can be chosen.
Yeah.
I choose my family. I choose who I love. I choose who I let love be. And I'm okay with that.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tanika Nicholas. I'm just very honored to be in this space to be able to talk about something intimate about our personal journey. Is a blessing. Greetings, everyone. I am a justice impacted woman. I served 10 years in the Georgia Department of Corrections. I am now the executive director of Hard Business.
I am dealing with a situation with my son. He was falsely accused of a crime he didn't commit in 2022. He is still in custody. He's been denied bond. He's been denied trial. He's never been in trouble before.
I did 12 years. If I didn't come out with this mentality, probably be right back in and probably be hurt way more people.
Some of my loved ones, they didn't come see me. They were embarrassed. They didn't want me to mention that I was in prison. But my grandma, that was my sweetheart. She actually was diagnosed with aggressive blood cancer. They told her like about 2 months before I was going to prison that she had 6 months, and she said no. She would start her little letter, "In the name of Jesus, our soon coming King, I love you. Have a good one." That was her letter, with a $20 Jamaican money, and would say, "I sent you my money." I'm like, okay, sure you did, yay. And I never had the heart to tell her because she had her plan.
What I see in this space, though, and what I want to talk about is the family aspect of incarceration, which we don't speak a lot about. I was in this 18 years and a certain decade. After doing a decade, though, come home, you're different. And one of the things we don't talk a lot about are our families and how, when we're ripped away from their lives, the current trauma and pain as well. And it will be my 4th year being back home, and we are just starting, when I say me, my family, rebuilding relationships. And what I'm learning is that time stopped for them as I was going on, and time stopped for my family. So I knew then it was still hurting hard around that. There's conversations that still needs to be had.
How does this look when we share other people's stories? And how do we do it? I think that's also important, right? It was kind of like, if you don't tell your story, you can't have this job. And I was homeless. And I feel like oftentimes, like as a justice impacted person, our stories are harder. Like our stories are like, let's have this trauma porn and talk about it. And then someone else makes all the money off of like these grants. After you sit up there, bare your soul, they give you like a sack lunch and tell you to like roll. And I wanted to be intentional that that's not what I wanted to do with my people. Like I wanted my people to share their story if they felt comfortable and if it was at a place where they felt like they could transform someone else. And if not, you ain't gotta do it. There is no prerequisite as a justice impacted person that you have to stand anywhere and bare your soul if you are uncomfortable. You do not have to do this. We are not for people's entertainment. We are not for people's consumption. We have 44,000 collateral consequences. I share my story in hopes that I can tear down some of those barriers so folks can see and understand that justice impacted people are not a stereotype. We all look differently. We all have different experiences in life. We experience the world differently.
Fallen incarcerated, 12 years in prison. But right now I work with the Georgia Justice Project. So we have to look at crime and all this American dream thought process of freedom in a different way. I mentor young boys, I mentor men. I just really try to impact lives. I don't look at it like it's their problem, it's our problem.
Dominique is, he doesn't know, but every time I look at him, I see my brother that I wrote about in my personal essay with Canopy Atlanta called Freedom's Home. And he did 13 years in the state of North Carolina. And it was in that process of thinking about what freedom looks like and when freedom comes home and the homecoming of people that are formerly incarcerated that I realized how we are all incarcerated with our loved ones. And I came to the realization that I was just as impacted, and so was my mother and my 8 siblings along with me. So I'm just here to be in support Canopy and everyone.
It could be embarrassing. It can be humiliating. For my son, it was a learning experience for him to see a side of the world that he was 17 when he was arrested. He never seen what he's experiencing. So it was a side of the world that he didn't know about, that he knew all kinds of people around who were innocent too. Like there's so many people I talked to because of him that I knew were innocent. Too many people, particularly people who are innocent of the charges that they are accused of, who have said they were denied their right.
I understand that it is my purpose. It is my calling to make sure that justice-impacted people have the visibility to the issues that they need. Mass incarceration is not just a social justice issue. It is a human rights issue. It is an economic justice issue. So I don't ever want us to be pigeonholed into a space where people can't see the holistic value of what is happening underneath a legal system of slavery, because that is what it is. We have to say it unapologetically and be comfortable with it. When there's an extraction of labor without payment, that is slavery.
What does it mean to you for people to share your story, for you to share other people's story?